Hey guys, it's Main here, back again with another IE review. So, as always, just to start the video, if you guys do want sort of any help with your account, anything like that, I've currently paused the submissions for the reviews myself, but I am active in the Discord. I do offer some general advice, so if you do have any questions, if I don't answer it, pretty much anyone in the community does answer it, so I'll go ahead and link it in the description. As always, feel free to join it. See this welcome channel here, just make sure to accept the rules. You'll be able to talk in the Idleon chat, mid-game chat, once you unlock sort of that level. You can go through the role message, the role assignment to get your roles in the Discord as well. If you do have a stamp level above 5,000, we do have a special role for you, where you can redeem the mid-gamer role, access the mid-game chat, start speaking with people more about sort of like the mid-end game. Kind of started as a meme, but we've actually solidified that in the Discord. We also have some moderators now to help just monitor chat, make sure no one's saying anything nefarious. So thanks TJ, thanks Rusty if you're in the chat. Make sure to give a hello. So again, thank you guys for doing that. You've also had some great community moments. I think last stream was a pretty good one. So if you guys are available to watch some of the streams, we do have some pretty good stuff there. People like betting channel prediction points, whether I win or not, on certain things, getting new sailing artifacts, summoning wins. Pretty good overall account, overall stream. So if you guys do want to enjoy that, it's a really good moment for the community. So anyways, let's actually move on to the review that we have today. Today we have Fig Newton. We did actually just hit a sub goal. We gave away a free IE review. We're still sticking with the list. Obviously, I'm going through those at the regular rate. I don't want to dispose anyone who put their name on the list. So we're still going to do those at the regular rate. And Fig happened to win the free one that we got from a sub goal today. So here we are, Fig. Looks like we're going to be doing your account. Looks like he's relatively healthily into World 6. Progressed the sneaking still a lot. Looks like he's overall level 500 minimum on all of his characters. He's got the Equinox quest dream. Equinox Dream quest thing done. So let's see what he is lacking on. Let's see where he is in World 6 in the actual map progression. Looks like he's finished World 6. He's there on, I don't know how many characters he has at Samurai Guardians, but it looks like he's there on Samurai Guardians at the very least. So, I mean, he's pretty healthily into World 6. If you have not... Yeah, one a free review. They usually don't cost anything. So yeah, usually there is a public period where you can submit your account for review. Just as of right now, it's paused, but Fig did win one on a sub giveaway. So here we are. Anyways, back to it. Fig, you are in World 6. Looks like you have gotten to the Samurai Gardens map. If you haven't gotten all of your characters there, I'd recommend doing that because there is a bubble in Alchemy called Cropius Mapper, which every single character that's progressed to the end map gets like extra crop evo chance. This is one of the better ways to juice out your crop evolution chance. This bubble is easier to do than some of the other methods, like the crop bonus there for crop evo chance, the GMO for crop evo chance. But it's generally one thing you can do if you want to get a little bit more crop evolution chance is just get all of your characters pushed through, get them all to Samurai Guardians. You'll be able to get a bunch of free crop evo chance for your crops. To max out your crop depot, get a bunch of crops there. So if you haven't done that already, I recommend doing that. And then you can start focusing on upgrading things like skilling, working on creating cooking a little bit more, Ruby card grind. I don't know, things kind of open up from there. But the big goal right now, since I see you are able to, maybe try to push through the end of World 6, unlock the rest of the maps with your characters. Apart from that, how's your gear looking? Looks like you have Kruk gear. Marble glass, you have luster tools pretty much across the board in all of your characters. Maybe if you want to, you can... Hold on. Two things to note here. One thing I'd highly recommend is try to get into the World 2, World 3, World 4 splicer. World 2 is very easy to do for someone at your caliber in World 6. The World 3 splicer may be a little bit more difficult, but you should be able to do it. Again, these are free stats for your characters. This would increase your money gain percent. This would increase your damage. This increases your skilling efficiency. Just getting or upgrading your tools as much as you can just generally increases your account. So upgrade your splicers to World 2, World 3 is what I recommend, World 3 minimum. And try to get your tools up to like Dreadlow, Marble Glass. God Shard's obviously a little bit more difficult. Marble Glass is more obtainable, so try to get your gear up to there. Again, like I said, more skill efficiency, more all stat, more money, more damage, bunch of stuff you benefit from that. The skulls themselves, maybe get them up to Luciferian, the red ones, the Dreadlow skulls. Those give you total damage, total all stat. You can progress them to Cultist, and you can progress them over to the Esquire, the God Shard one, if you want more AFK gain or drop rate. I'd say the The God Shard one is obviously really useful because it's all AFK game, which really helps with your skilling. It's not a necessary thing for you to do right now because obviously God Shard bars are really expensive. You need to do like 2-minute claims on your archers to be able to do that. So you don't necessarily need to hard farm that right now, but getting them up to Luciferian would be really good. But yeah, Perlers right now are really important because, well, you need to upgrade your gear. First of all, that's one reason why you want to do it, but also the gold food that you are able to get the recipe for does require Perler shells, so you can craft that. You just need a bunch of Perler shells, a bunch of ghosts, hamsters, golden witches, that kind of stuff. So you just need to get on the grind a little bit, get that up for all of your characters, and really help you out. Post office is doing okay. You have all the boxes maxed out. I don't know if you've done this on all of your characters, but just make sure all the boxes are maxed out in your characters. The Myriad Crate is something you may want to focus on. It's really slow to start, but it does give you base all stat, base all skill efficiency, and all skills EXP. Those are all three really good things. Helps juice out a little bit of your skilling efficiency. And since it does say base all efficiency, this would impact things like cooking efficiency, so you can get more ladles per hour on your Blood Berserker if you're trying to max out cooking a little bit. World 6 obviously helped a ton with this, so it's not a requirement. But if you do want to upgrade that, that as well as the stamp, the multi-tool stamp would give you a bunch of cooking efficiency as well. Since we're here on the stamp page, let's talk about it a little bit. Looks like you're doing pretty good. Your overall stamp level is really high, 10,000. That's what I recommend. You're what we call an end gamer, so doing good there on the stamp level at the very least. Be mindful of what you want to upgrade. Probably the best things for you to do right now are going to be Golden Apple Stamp, Crystalline, Multi-tool stamp. I'd recommend getting this up to level 200. If you don't know, one way you can kind of cheese the system is equipping Rucksack. The way this works is it just increases your carrying capacity at the cost of AFK gain rate, which if you're trying to upgrade stamps, you don't obviously need. It just makes the carrying capacity of things really high, so you don't have to wait on the 20% atom reduction. You can just really pump out your carrying capacity on your V-Man, for example, because it has a talent specific to carrying capacity. Equip Rucksack, you'll have really high carrying capacity for that character specifically. You'll be able to fit a bunch of dust motes that way you're able to hit the cap for trying to upgrade this to level 190, 200 is what I recommend trying to hit. Getting that extra 1,000 base skill efficiency or so, I can't remember the actual scaling of this. It does give you a bunch of chopping, mining, fishing, catching, and cooking efficiency specifically, so you can help juice out your EXP and ladle generation for that skill specifically. And yeah, ladle stamp as well, always a good one, something you want to upgrade as much as you can. Breeding EXP is also good, helps juice out your pet power. So if you're able to upgrade this, also a good one to do if you want to sink some stuff into that. But the best one for you right now in World 6 is probably going to be Crop Evolution Chance. Obviously, this is kind of king for Crop Depot because it gives you meal cooking speed, it gives you gaming Evo chance, it gives you Jade gain, Essence gain, gives you damage. There's a bunch of stuff that the Crop Depot actually provides you. So getting more Crop Evo chance means you can unlock those and start doing things like 3-minute or 3-second gaming claims to help reduce, juice out your shovel if you do want to. So if you do want to farm your shovel actively, getting your Crop Depot up, unlocking the rest of your crops, just getting that bonus up as much as possible makes gaming so much more easy, and you can start juicing that out, getting a bunch of bit gain, upgrade your shovel, upgrade your nugget, really juice out your bit gain there. Other things, just apart from those specifically, if you do want to try to max out your stamp without any of the reductions, I'd recommend trying to hard farm the ones that are specific to all stat or base stat. These juice out obviously your damage and efficiency, like I've already said multiple times. But things like Intellecto Stamp, Sash Side Stamp, the Max of Slapo, Stat Wall Street, and Stat Graph, those are all really good. Obviously, the Capitalist Stamp, obviously, are also a good one to do. I harp on stamps all the time. They're one of the best upgrades you can do if you're struggling for damage, accuracy, skilling efficiency. Stats are really good ways to increase your account. Also, yeah, you can also juice out your money gain. Don't forget that the alchemy bubble that is specific to money generation is a multiplicative. It's a multiplier to money generation. So if you want to get more money, one way you can do that is actually increasing your stats on your characters. So if you do upgrade that bubble, as well as trying to get more stats on your character through tools, through stamps, all that stuff really helps with your not only damage and scaling efficiency, but also money generation. Obviously, Gmush kills as well, but you know that's one way you can juice it out, as opposed to just sitting there AFK on Gmush all day. Cool. You have the anvil maxed out. Before you look at alchemy, look at your vials. Easy thing for you to do right now, probably soon, is going to be trying to get your anvil production items up to level 13. So spend all your speed, try to get thread up to 1 billion to try to get this level 13. Obviously, the more vials you have at level 13, the overall bonuses you're going to get are going to be really high. So you can get things like all stat, really, really helps. Thanks, Quixie, for the follow. Appreciate it. Maxing those out are going to help you with your account. Just getting more vials up to level 13 will multiply the amount of bonuses the vials give you. So you get things like multi-kill, printer sample rate, refinery cycle speed, liquid regenerate. There's a bunch of stuff that vials provide you that you can juice out a little bit and get some more bonuses if you get them up to 13. The anvil production is something you probably juice out pretty quick, getting these to 13, so you can get some more bonuses in your vials selection here. Other thing for you to focus on probably be souls. Getting library checkout speed here through the Dune Souls is really, really good. I don't know if you have Sovereign Artifacts yet, but if you do have Sovereign Fury Relic, getting more checkout speed means you can get more talents level 270. And Bubbles. Bubbles, what are you at right now? Not too bad. Okay, for... you have some pretty good atom generation, so I'd probably recommend trying to use atoms in low-cost Mo Jade. Try to get this up to, I think, 90% slower scaling of currency conduit. If you don't know what this bubble does, by the way, I'd recommend trying to get level to 400. If you don't know what this bubble does, there is an upgrade in sneaking. This one right here, currency conduit. The way this works is every time you level this up, means that it's the bubble, sorry. Every time you level up the bubble means this cost here in Jade gets slower and slower. So if you get it up to 90% slower cost scaling, it makes it really easy to boost this up. And obviously this gives you a ton of Jade coin generation. So if you're struggling with Jade coin generation, getting this bubble up and then eventually upgrading that will help you a ton with currency, with the Jade coin generation. Also, someone mentioned in chat, your multi-log is level 480, Wyoming Blood's at level 576, Sploosh Boost 421. You don't need to upgrade these bubbles. You're already hitting the cap at 300%. It's kind of a waste for you to be upgrading these bubbles because if you go to mining, shopping, fishing, you see the multi-resource chance at 300%. It's hard cap there. Getting it above it doesn't do anything. So you're just wasting your resources or atoms. I don't know what you're using to upgrade it, but it's just a waste of resources to do it. Don't recommend doing it. Also, just looks like you probably use some atoms on this. That's just a general waste. So if you don't know that, recommend stopping at that point. I'd rather you focus your atoms on things like low cost Mo Jade, on the Cropius mapper, or some of the skilling bubbles to get your 3D printer up and producing more atoms. Also, what's your 3D printer looking like? I mean, you have pretty good skilling samples. I mean, not doing too bad. I think you may just need to update your sample here. I think you just have an outdated sample you're printing on. But overall, looks like you have some pretty good 3D printer here. So not much to complain about there. With Atom Collider, probably the best thing for you to focus on is going to be upgrading probably carbon. I don't know what your construction speed is right now, but getting this up means you can cap out your towers at higher levels. Nitrogen as well, if you need to cap out build rate, this is something you can probably upgrade and max out right now. You can double sort of that build rate the gilded thing is doing right now, so you can level up your towers or shrines or whatever much faster if you do max this out. This is really, really good. Auction's not that great. I mean, it does give you checkout speed. You can choose to upgrade this and max it out. Not a huge priority, but definitely nitrogen's it's better than that. This plus fluoride, maybe. Neon gives you a little bit more damage, but it does also reduce the cost of all the atoms to upgrade the rest of these. So if you do want to upgrade this, helps make the rest of Atom Collider fall in a little bit easier. I don't know what your snail is right now, but if it's above 15, try to get it up to level 20. That way when it does hit 20 or 21, it can't go back down unless you are at 20 and it goes back down to 15, so on and so forth. But yeah, sodium, when you hit that snail level, consider upgrading it. You don't need to right now, but consider upgrading it if you are there. And refineries looking good. I've nothing to say here. Okay. Maybe a big one for you to focus on is trying to eclipsing World 1. Looks like, I mean, you're at the end of World 6. I imagine your damage is doing really good. I'd probably consider trying to eclipse World 1 just to give you some more multi-kill per tier. Obviously, since you have Eclipse Skulls, getting it up to Eclipse is going to give you 5% more damage. It's a multiplier, so this will help scale your damage even higher, which lets you hit higher multi-kill tiers. Juices out your V-Man damage, so you can do V-Man samples in your speed runs to get like high generation for monster materials. It's really, really good. Highly recommend doing that. If you are able, if you're still hitting like 5, 6 to 10, 15 mil kills an hour, consider doing World 2. Just consider finishing out the rest of the world. It seems like your focus isn't necessarily supposed to be on skilling. Your skilling is really good. You have high atom generation. I think probably the best thing for you to do is going to be focusing on eclipsing the world, honestly. I feel like your damage would stand to multiply quite nicely if you do finish your eclipse journey. So if you finish eclipsing World 1 to World 5, that's really good. You can consider doing World 6. Obviously, the HP is a little bit high. So you may or may not be able to do that in a reasonable amount of time, but it does multiply your damage even further if you do try to eclipse World 6. Also, like I said, if you're trying to 3D print in your speedrun, getting more multi-kill on the death note here obviously is going to help those prints as well. Yeah, I mean, you are pushing your towers rather nicely, so it looks like you have some decent construction speed. I don't know what it actually is right now, but yeah, I mean, you're doing the right things. The best things for you to upgrade are obviously a talent book library for just getting higher checkout speed. Atom Collector's okay. It's not the best thing for you to upgrade, but you're not upgrading it, so don't worry about it. Towers obviously are the best thing to upgrade right now. They're about 1 billion. So yeah, I mean, your construction speed's pretty good, so nothing to harp on there. When you hit, if you're at 1500 for the construction mastery for Rift, you can start upgrading your towers, your shrines up even more. These should be relatively easy to upgrade. This will make it so leveling them up are a lot easier, especially with the World 6 Jade Emporium bonus. They don't lose EXP if you do move them around, or it makes charging them a lot faster. So try to focus on maybe upgrading Crescent Shrine a little bit. You can probably upgrade this. You can upgrade this within the hour a couple times. So start focusing on upgrading this to get more crystal and giant spawn chance. This will help flesh out farming like statues in World 6 if you haven't done that already. Get you some golden food in World 6, golden food in World 5, 4, 3, whatever you want to do. This will help make it so when you're trying to farm out some of that golden food, this will make it a little bit easier. Also, giant spawn rate, it'll help you get candy, balloons, gems, a bunch of stuff per week. So really, really good thing for you to upgrade there. Also, damage Wood Jeweler Shrine. Upgrade your shrines even faster with Crystal Shrine. Yeah, bunch of stuff you can do there. Trapping, you're doing turtles right now. Good. Okay, I think you're at 20-hour traps, right? 8 hours? Okay, not bad. Just make sure you're collecting them every 8 hours. And you can Oxprey out right now. So, big thing for you to do right now is trying to do the green stack dream. Getting Equinox symbols is really good. This is basically Book of Beyond, but just a little bit better. Obviously, they're free upgrades, so trying to get Equinox symbols is a really important thing for you to do right now. Highly recommend trying to unlock the stream as fast as you can. So try to green stack some of the quest items if you haven't already. Trying to find your storage here real quick. So, I mean, you have some food from World 1 to green stack. You have some food from World 2 still to green stack. Yeah, some of the potions as well from World 1 you haven't green stacked. So you have a lot of things you can do to start green stacking. What's the cap for Multilago? It's just 300% resource chance. So I think it's like level 170 or something in that bubble. But yeah, going back to green stacking, you have some stuff from World 1, World 2, and World 3 you can go back and green stack pretty easily. So if you're looking for that, the potions are really easy. Well, some of the potions are easier than others, but the potions themselves are really easy to green stack. The food itself is really, really easy to green stack. You may want to consider green stacking peanuts if you can. You just need a bunch of hot dogs to do that. You can try to green stack peanuts. Obviously, the cost is relatively high, but something you can do if you're really starved for green stacking items. Obviously, the resources, the fish, the anvil production items, some of the bars you can do, plat bars, dementia bars, you can do that as well. Monster materials, if you're not there yet on green stacking some of them. Instant Lab followers is really, really easy on ES to green stack. Yeah, Honestly, at this point for green stacking, I'd recommend the IE Auto Reviewer. Scully does have some stuff you can green stack. You just need to paste your character's data. Also, flashbang. Sorry about that for everyone. You can green stack some of the stuff in the Auto Reviewer. It'll tell you the easiest things for you to go back and green stack. But going back to Equinox, this dream right here unlocks Equinox symbols. It's really, really, really good. +1 all talent levels gives you a ton of efficiency. Gives you a ton of damage. Really, really good thing for you to max out. Okay, and cooking. I just do a pass of this. Take like a stack of like 100, 200 ladles. Go through the meals that are easiest to cook. Take the least amount of time on your Blood Berserker. Just use them and start upgrading them. The more you upgrade your meals, the more meal cooking speed you'll be getting, thanks to the Blood Marrow talent with V-Man. Since we're here, let's actually talk about V-Man and see where he's doing. So you got level 270 talent on this. Really, really good. Ooh, this is something you may want to consider trying to get the 270 as well if you have the points for it. Getting this level 270 will multiply the amount of critters and souls that you get based on your trapping level of your V-Man. So you have rank first for trapping here, rank first for trapping there, for worship there. So, I mean, you're doing pretty good. Obviously, you're giving the skilling efficiency bonus for everyone. Yeah, the class EXP one is not that great. I mean, I recommend trying to spend your points more so in Species Epoch. Especially since you have some of the vials still to get to level 13, like the Dune Souls, the Frigid Souls, the Purple Souls. Those are all relatively easy to get their vials up to level 13. So the more points you invest and book into Species Epoch, the better it'll be. You have a relatively high combined worship and trapping level, so this is going to heavily multiply your critter and soul generation. Highly recommend trying to do that if you haven't already. So. At World 4. Do you have all the meals unlocked? You do. Cool. Also, I didn't check what your Diamond Chef bubble is. 191. Okay. One other thing you may want to consider trying to do is spending your atoms in Diamond Chef. If you get this up to level 770 or so, it is another massive multiplier and breakpoint for Diamond Chef. It gets up to about 1.3 as opposed to 1.28. So if you don't know how this works, is 1.28 to the power of 67 is how many diamond plates you have. So it's giving you a like 100 and like a 15 million multiplier to meal cooking speed. Really, really good. Trying to max this out, getting it to level 770 will massively increase your meal cooking speed. From there, I think the next breakpoint's like level 2100 or something like that, so not as worth. Getting it to 700, it's definitely easier to do. Cool. Okay, just a few days ago, perfect. And yeah, your sigils are progressing nicely. You've upgraded some of the ones that are really important, like Peapod. Next thing for you to really focus on is going to be Peculiar Vial when you do unlock it. Getting more liquid generation obviously is going to help with your Bubo, trying to do your liquid farming. Lab. If you have Doot, I obviously can't see that if you have Doot. Just make sure your lab nodes are activated. Killer Brightside obviously is going to be really good for getting Eclipse Skulls. Just make sure you have all the ones activated that are really important, and you'll obviously get a bunch of the bonuses. I don't know if you're actually missing anything, but just double check all those are active. Okay, something you may want to consider is trying to get level 750 in some of the earlier ones, because they do give you printer output. Basically the way that works is just makes it so when your 3D printer procs, you just print more resources. So 100% highly recommend trying to get your skills up to level 750 to get that printer output, so you get more printer generation, more atom generation, that kind of stuff. It should be retroactive, so you don't have to reprint for this to take effect. You'll just get the bonus automatically. Good, you have all the gods unlocked. You have Doot, I can tell. I think I read in chat you have Doot. You got Doot, okay. You have Sovereign Fossary Tusk. You have Sovereign AD Tablet. Good. These aren't bad upgrades. I mean, you can consider going back and getting these. Sovereign Fury Relic's really good. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you have the important artifacts here, so you could just kind of go at this at whatever your priority is right now. Since you're farming this actively in the Jade Emporium, getting these unlocked and upgraded to Sovereign as fast as you can is extremely important. The summoning bonus multiplier that you get here obviously feeds into more artifact find chance. The shimmer bonuses gives you a ton of skilling efficiency if you focus on that. Onyx statues are also really good. Increases stealth, increases your damage, increases your skilling efficiency. Getting all of these unlocked as soon as possible through the Jade Emporium is really, really important. So once you unlock them, swap all of your boats over to try and unlock this as fast as you possibly can to at least Eldritch or Sovereign. And yeah, I mean, it looks like you're probably doing... I mean, you're pretty progressed in sneaking. Like I said, the best thing for you to do right now is trying to upgrade that one thing in alchemy, the currency conduit, the low cost Mojade. Makes the scaling of this slower, so you can start upgrading this a little bit. I think someone mentioned in chat like a few streams ago that the optimal level for this is like 300, and the scaling gets kind of bad. But still, try to upgrade this. Gives you a bunch of Jade coin generation per sneaking level. So the more levels your character has, the more Jade coin they generate, the more stealth they have, the more Jade they get. Leveling that bubble in alchemy makes the cost this slower. So instead of scaling to like 2 trill, 3 trill or something, it'll scale to like 1.5 or 1.8 or like 2.5 or whatever. So it makes it a lot easier to upgrade this and pump more levels into it to get more Jade coin. Overall, your gold artifacts are looking good. I don't know what your character's equipment are, but if you aren't on the last floor, what I'd recommend equipping for your characters, if I can click on sneaking, oh my god, would be a setup like this. Getting a high veil and rosary, these multiply with each other. If you have 2 veils equipped, they add together the multiplier. So if I had these 2 equipped right here, it'd be 4.62 plus 6.85. But rosary and veil multiply with each other. So it'll take this 10.41, multiply with the 6.85, and multiply with the base sneaking you have. So definitely do 2 separate veil and rosary as opposed to doing just 2 of one. You should also have a setup like this where you have at least 3 or 4 double lotus flowers. These are kind of like your mules for pushing your other characters sneaking to be higher efficiency. So this will make it so sneaking is a lot easier on these first 6 characters, and the last 4 just kind of suck in sneaking is the goal. You'll be able to push your Jade coin generation really high and push to the higher floors with relatively low sneaking. Like this character's at 19%, 20%, 19, 28, 20. And this character's knocked out, which I'm going to revive him. The highest I have right now is 41%. But you see I'm getting 12Q every time this procs. I'm getting 2.19. You know, it's really, really good. Thanks for the follow, Dan. Appreciate it. That right now is the optimal strategy for sneaking, is having a setup like that. And farming. How's your crop depot looking? So, all right. Best things for you to upgrade. I think you're probably at a point, maybe. So, 87 crops. I wouldn't neglect this upgrade right here, the chance for crop evo. This is really, really good. Obviously, it makes it so you can unlock the rest of those. This multiplier in conjunction with the one I mentioned before in alchemy, the Cropius mapper, this really juices out your crop evo chance. Getting these up are really, really important. I just try to just lock your seeds so you're able to get the daisy right here. Your crop evo chance is really, really low as you push into these later meals, later crops. So trying to level that up, upgrade this as much as you can, gives you a bunch of crop evo, which means you'll be able to unlock the rest of your farming stuff really, really easy. So go back, reset if you are kind of here, so you can upgrade this, and then it'll swap over to that and upgrade that. You'll get that pretty nicely to get you some crop evo. I'd maybe wait until you get like 90 crops. I think it's pretty feasible for you to do. Once you get 90 crops, you can start doing that bean farm. The goal with bean farm is to get a bunch of growth speed and crop evo, which is through right here. This is in Discord. There is a alert you can do. Oh, sorry, not alert. There's a guide that someone posted in the tips and tricks for the crop evo for the magic bean farm. I'm trying to find it. It's somewhere in here. Farming guide. I think it wasn't TJ. It was Tony. I think. This is kind of the goal right here. So in the tips and tricks, I think it may need to pin this in the organized tips and tricks. That was a magic bean calculator. But yeah, the goal right here is generally to follow this, is to try to push your crop evo chance and speed GMO as much as possible. So the best way to do that would just be farming out mushrooms specifically. Those give you the highest magic bean generation. So when you trade in that ticket, if you have a bunch of mushrooms, it'll give you more and more magic beans you can start to use to upgrade speed GMO as well as crop evo evolution GMO. As you upgrade these, then your next point of progression would be trying to get 1,000 minimum crops in everything in basic seed, everything earthy seed. This will make the cycle time way slower, as well as the evolution chance way higher. So you'll be able to push the rest of your meals while doing this. As you get this to about like 7, 8, 10%, getting this to about 1.2 times makes it extremely easy to unlock the final meals, and eventually getting level 120 to unlock the rest of the glassy seeds as well. From there, obviously, once you're done with like glassy seeds and you have like all your things overgrowth and like crop evo, all that done, all the crops unlocked, then you can start upgrading and maxing out things like stronger vines, nutritious soil, that kind of stuff. That way you can wait for the next update for when more seeds are unlocked, or you can start pushing that out. But yeah, definitely follow the guide sheet here in the tips and tricks section to help push out farming. And lastly, the best mechanic in World 6, I love this mechanic, is summoning. Obviously, it's terrible right now because the only meta right now is just pushing bottom lane. But something, if you aren't doing, is just push the bottom lane in summoning. It'll kind of brute force your way into winning. I'm almost done with summoning. I only have one more thing in blue, and it's this right here for crop evo. I finished purple, I finished yellow. Obviously, red isn't implemented yet, but once I get that, it'll be really good. Just spamming bottom lane is kind of the way. I'm gonna check something real quick. Have you... Okay, perfect. You haven't maxed out jeweled cards. So you might be able to do this much faster than pretty much anyone else. Do not max out jeweled card. It's really bad. You obviously need 1 point in it to progress to like purple summoning and stuff, but get jeweled card up to level 1. Keep it there. The less jeweled cards you see right now, the better, because the meta is just spamming as much as you can. If you have jeweled cards, you'll spend more mana on basically like worse units by chance. And you just want to push as many units as you possibly can that aren't there. So you get the mana generation bonus through final card to obviously get more mana generation, to spam more units, to spam bottom lane, and hopefully get the RNG chance to finish summoning out. That's just the meta strategy, is just spam bottom lane as much as you can. You'll hit a hard point with some mobs. It'll take you like a few days to a few weeks to progress it, but I guarantee you that is the only and best way to progress summoning right now, because the HP and damage scales so slowly for your slime, but scales so fast for the enemies. It's impossible to keep up right now. So spamming bottom lane is the strat, and that's the way you sort of juice out your account. Last thing I want to look at for your account is just constellations. You have one there that's really easy you need to do. You have another really easy one you need to do. You have another relatively easy one you can do. Another really easy one you can do. So yeah, you're just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're just missing out on some of the constellations, so you haven't maxed those out. You're missing out on things like crop evo, jade coin, stealth, gold food bonus, multi-kill, wisdom, luck, all that kind of stuff. So you're just missing out on some of the really easy things you can get through infinite star signs. I recommend trying to juice that out, help out your account. Once you push that up, obviously your account's just overall going to be a little bit better. So try to focus on that. Overall, I think the best thing for you to focus on for your account is just going to be pushing damage right now. And alchemy specifically, kind of splitting your atom cost between Diamond Chef as well as Cropius Mapper and low cost Mojade. These will help push sneaking, it'll help push farming, and it'll help push cooking specifically, giving you a bunch of meal cooking speed. The breakpoint here you want to hit for Diamond Chef is level 770 or so. Cropius Mapper trying to get us up to 90%, which for me, I believe is around... level 630, and low cost Mojade around level 400 or so. That should be good breakpoints for you. Obviously, it'll take you a few days to do that with your atom generation, or whether the atoms that you have right now. Doing that really help juice out your account, really finish or flesh out the rest of your skills for World 6. So hopefully that helps. As always, if you have any questions at all, the Discord is a great help. I'll go and link it here in the chat if you are here. I think you've already joined already, but in the Discord, oh my God, what am I saying? In the description in the YouTube video, you guys can join the Discord as well. So thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it, YouTube. I'll see you guys in the next video. For those on stream, I'm still streaming, but have a great day, everyone.